Hello everyone. So I wanted to check in with the Kipper and ask, so the question I'm putting into the cards, getting support from my guides to get the cards lined up, is what will be the karma for Trump and his regime for the week of December 22nd to the 28th, 2025. Can we get a holiday miracle? Oh, goodness. What will be their karma this next week? Right there. Melania is right at the heart of the reading. Okay, so this would apply mostly to Trump then, but let's see, other people will show up. All right, so there we have their community, their people, witnessing him being in crisis, being gloomy, feeling helpless, witnessing him as the ignoramus that he is, witnessing his misinterpretation of reality, his inability to concentrate or have any clarity come through him, and maybe, his depression is like weighing down on her. Things have come full circle with the journey card. It may also be a little bit traveling around. Yeah, moving. I think he will be going from the White House to wherever, Not so sure if that means... Oh, you know what? I screwed up. Hold on. I usually go da-da-da-da-da. My guides are like, oh, come on, woman. What are you doing here? There we are. Okay. And then I build outwards. Oh, I just did the health reading and did like 3 cards for each day. So, but this I do differently. Okay, I reframed in there. Yeah, good enough. Okay, now that's interesting. I get the feeling like Epstein files in there. Yeah, definitely. Melania's definitely looking forward to that dirt nap day. I know Pam Bondi might pretend she's younger with all of the work she's had on her face and the bleach blonde hair, but this is her. Now there might be something about Aileen Cannon as well. I don't know. Let's see. Let's just keep going. All right, I'll go a little further. Okay. Yeah. They really screwed Jack Smith, didn't they? It was behind closed door meeting. But this is the karma on them. So it's official. There's going to be a painful loss that because of their self-sabotage. And I do think we can, well, of course, with the people cards, there's 6 of them in the deck. We can read generally, the meaning of the card. So for the mature woman, it's someone who holds a person's confidences and is supported, holds some secrets. So we can read it as Aileen Cannon, and it can also be about anybody that supports him, like maybe even Ghislaine Maxwell, any woman over 50 in his, could have been Susie Wiles, and her reputation is like, oh boy, Anyway, short story is, this woman can stand in for all the women that support him that are in his administration, since that's what I was reading on, so I have to leave out Ghislaine, but let's just call it any. Well, Elise Stefanik is leaving, but we're dealing with, I think, Susie Wiles and Linda McMahon and Laura Loomer and Janine Pirro and, well, no, Laura Loomer's younger, so no, it couldn't be her. But, yeah, Christy Nome, she's over 50. Yeah. Oh, and so the younger and the older. Okay, the younger and the older women, and then here's his clan. Okay. And here's literally the karma card, if I were to keep going. So I'll just leave that there. Actually, maybe if I move some over a little bit. See if that, does that all fit? Yeah, okay. So, yeah, and the reason I decided to read on their karma is because this card flew out when I was shuffling by myself to get the deck ready. So anyway, Melania, not only, there could be some evidence that comes out about her that is, puts her in a bad light. So it could be more coming out from Putin, right? You know, he's has in the past released all types of naked photos, and so there could be even more. But maybe it's about the Epps files. There's that possibility here. I'm seeing. Yeah, she's looking forward to not only his dirt nap, him going down. She is one of the people he actually can't trust, because I've gotten this over and over and over again. I think she's poisoning him little by little, and because she's contributing to his self-sabotage. I think she's tired of the position she's in, of course. But anywho, I think she does have somebody who's a confidant for her. And it's somebody that she has met with. Now, this someone that she has met with in the past, it's very possible that that person is not faithful to her at all, because the false person card is, like somebody who's dishonest and betrays. It's just like the snake card in the Lenormand. So there's that. It's an enemy. So there's that for Melania. Her reputation. That's what it is. There's new information that just kind of rolls out, even though she's in the White House and she's the first lady. And I'm pretty sure it's more than just, nobody likes her decor. We're not buying it. There's something new. Again, this like movement outward that's hanging over her head and maybe has her obsessing about something. And I'm thinking it's coming out from Putin. And she's like, uh-oh, and she knows this is her last, What she has on her mind is getting out of Dodge as soon as he's gone. And I've always seen her having problems after as well. Yeah, that's interesting. I feel like she's trying to control her own self-sabotage that's chasing her. She, this despair card down here, she's above it, so she's trying to control it. But she has problems, because look at all these cards sneaking up behind her. There's restriction for her risk that she's taken in the past. And her high position, there's change because there's some evidence. It has to be something coming out from the Epstein files. What else could this be? And she's like, oh shit, right? And I'm thinking that the privileged lady here is all the Epstein survivors who have been trapped. And meanwhile, we've got all the grifting and the just terrible things that this whole administration has done. So their karma, literally for this whole clan, is to go through a slow, painful loss one by one, and they are going to turn on each other. They're going to eat each other, and with these other cards here, just wow. So the grift, they're going to try and distract. They've been, in order to keep grifting, they're going to try to distract from the Epstein files. But that is what's going to lead to their painful loss, because everybody wants them to come out. And they're not. They're coming out little bits, and it's, 190 pages of complete redactions, and it is supposed to all be released on the 19th, yesterday, and nope, that's not happening. That's not happening at all. So, yeah, so this brings in a painful loss for his entire clan. This card here, the house card, is the sum total of all of his regime. And we can even put, Kager's in there, because, this is a military card. Kager's I don't think he's in rehab this next week, but he's having a hard time. This is not easy for them. And we're all good, right? Good. We don't want anything easy for them. So that this, reputation that they all have for hurting children, taking children, not caring about anyone else other than they're filling their coffers, and all that sneaking up behind Melania. And she's not going to say anything about it. She is headed towards feeling very helpless. And maybe it even comes out. Maybe there's something that comes out via Putin or some other source, because we've got movement and source of information from an enemy, and it could be about a pregnancy she had in the past. It could also be about anything that has her feeling helpless, because this expectation card is helplessness. Now, when we're looking at timing, this could be the next 2 to 3 weeks or 2 to 3 months. This is also a surveillance card. So, something being revealed, but delayed. It's delayed, and sometimes it does go on for 3 months or so. And then it's this painful loss. So I think it might just be her feeling like she can't wait to get it over with, and she wants the dirt nap to come. And like I said, I think she's poisoning him, because she's being, she's been tortured by him her whole, but she bought into it. It's all on her. She didn't have to do this. So, okay, anyway, what else? Framing in the reading, I would say it's all about the Epstein files that have been restricted from the public. And we've had, people are really tired of this baloney. And then all of their distraction, trying to distract away. And feeling, so they're, in a nutshell, the regime, the Trump regime, is going to be marked by the Epstein files and holding them back, the obstacle, and also the irresponsibility and the loss that comes to Americans because of their irresponsibility and their dishonesty and their grifting, and the energy, the like vampires that steal. There's evidence that's going to be coming out about the way they have stolen people. Of course, there's tons of evidence already out because of the ICE agents. So I have to include the ICE agents here with this official person, is, his so-called border patrol, whatever. So ICE agents stealing young women and children, and it's their own. It leads to their own self-sabotage, and it's the whole clan. It's the whole clan. And they may be having some meetings about it, or maybe it's all about the past catching up with them here. With this card here, it's making me wonder about that. Is their karma catching up with them? And this is people who have been working their fingers to the bone. They're not able to even make it day by day. It's just terrible, for them. And then they go and snatch them up off the streets and ship them to another country, right? Because here it all is. The betrayal of immigrants and the betrayal of just being human, doing the humane action. Okay, if you want them to go back to their country, then you have to do like, Obama and Biden. They just have, flights that continue to take them back to whatever their country of origin was. And, we're sorry, but it's because you didn't come in the legal way. You tried to do it illegally. And then give amnesty to those countries where it's unsafe. And that's what they did. That's what Obama and Biden did. They gave amnesty to those who were, that couldn't go, that's why we have a lot of Haitian immigrants, right? And other countries were, well, there was quite a few. There were many, many from El Salvador too. But that's not the way this administration is handling it. And Melania, being an immigrant herself, she got here on her Einstein visa or whatever, but that is, you would think that, no wonder she colludes with him, right? But you would think that she would have some compassion in her heart. Maybe she's feeling some guilt. Yeah, so anyway, what I'm seeing here is nothing but immigration problems and that karma coming down over the holidays. And if we can have any type of a Christmas miracle, it could be even Melania getting sick and going into a place of maybe hooking up with some of her guilt. Like maybe she can have her come to Jesus moment, right? Or come to any deity moment that's like, what have I done? Because these cards sneaking up behind her show restriction because of the risk that she's taken, and then change. And, it's like, yeah. Let me go ahead and use the, I'll use the Lenny's and ask, I'll use this deck here and ask from a different angle. How about I'll just kind of leave it free and open and ask, what do we need to know, or what do my guides, because my brain's limited, right? What do my guides want us to know about this next week that has to do with the Trump regime, Trump and his cronies. Trump, the useful idiot for all the dark billionaires. Mr. Pay to Play. So easy to bribe. What is it that we need to know about them, about him, about them this next week? What is their karma? What will be happening to them? Right there. Because, things that I Couldn't even imagine. Okay, so the Tower is it's a card for institutions. In the Lennies, it has to do with legal issues, institutions, clinics, healthcare, that whole thing. Universities, campuses, things like that. Okay. Authority. So the crossroads. I may have to, let's see if this little, I think I have to bring this up just a little. There we go. Okay. Internet connections, decisions. Well, let me get the cards laid out. Okay, there's going to be a spotlight on some tech giants, reputation, and the choices they've made and their guilt. Also, some religious extremist organizations. The tech giants, especially their guilt with monies that comes in from overseas, the movement of monies, their abuse. This would be Trump's guilt, Trump's abuse. Now this could be the movement of people. Okay, so this is, well, let's see, let me get the rest of the cards laid out. Yeah, their theft, the dangers, complications, dangers. Let's see. Okay, that's interesting. Wow. Well, his dementia is going to be on full display. His health issue is a big thing. There's no like actual recovery. It's more about surprises as he goes back and forth between wherever he wants to be, whether it's Bedminster or Mar-a-Lago. It could be something with travel issues. And it may very well be something karmic that comes out. Like, what happens when his dementia starts blurting out names? Like, starts naming who's given him money. Especially to build the East Wing, rebuild the East Wing and you guys, I hope everybody knows how to get to the posts section. I don't have my phone in here, but anyway, if you just go to my homepage and underneath like all about me or whatever, there's or I'll have the home page, and then it'll be like videos, live streams. I don't know what other things are in there, but there's a menu across the horizontal menu, and you have to like scroll over. You may have to like slide over if you're on your phone, or it depends on what device you're on. I think you pretty much have to slide over for all of them, but there's a section called posts, and because I'm not on Facebook, that's pretty much how I share whatever I want to share with you guys. And there's a gal, it's called Dre's. What's the name of her? Dre's. Oh, the Dre, DREY dossier, DOSSIER. So even if you don't want to go to the post section, just make a note to go to her channel, subscribe to her, and watch everything she's put out. She is sleuthing out the truth about these very wealthy, extremely wealthy, so she's blowing the lid on Larry Ellison and Peter Thiel, and these tech giants that are literally controlling America, like this internet authority. But anyway, to get back to what I think my guides are trying to tell us is that there will be connections revealed as to the reputations and the stealing. So this looks like a lot like we got with the Kipper. The stealing and the ties, all the ties to foreign countries all over the world, like Larry Ellison's ties to China that Dre dossier revealed, and the multiple, the opportunistic grifting, stealing off of our homeland, because all they really care about is the flow of money. And there's going to be more about that comes out on the news. The writer has to do with news, and then the ties of, like, the way the money comes, it's stolen and then comes in and out of different countries. And it literally may be that that Trump spills the beans, surprisingly, in his demented fog, just starts blurting out crap because he's guilty. The sun is shining, the light is, this could be him sundowning and pissed off. He's going to be falling asleep a lot more, on camera. And, he has danger hanging over him. They may be wanting to take him out, actually. I mean, because look at this, man. To have the whip. So his anger, his abusive liver, anger, bile spewing, and all the things he's guilty of. But to have the whip, the cross, the snake, and the scythe all around him, and the sun, the shining a light on how he is grifting and off of all these institutions, because he's Mr. Pay to Play, right? He's the only reason that these people, these very wealthy people, agreed to give him money to build the the East Wing is because government contracts, right? And they were trying to buy some favors for in the future. But now they're seeing him fall apart much sooner. I don't think they read the tea leaves at all around how much longer this guy has on Earth. So he's looking forward to saying something, revealing something surprising, and he thinks he's going to be able to get away, maybe to some other country, but it's all of this following him, the fact that he's an opportunist and they're all just grifting off the Americans, and that, I think there's going to be something revealed. Like, that's karmically what's meant to come out over these holidays. It might be if there's any Christmas miracle or any type of miracle happening, it's that people are going to start seeing what a dangerous man he is because of the problems with his brain. He comes and goes as far as being able to even speak or coherently. His cognitive abilities are just, the brain just comes and goes, and it's going to get worse and worse over this week. This is a major card here. And his darkness will be on full display as well. And he's under a huge burden. This is his cross to bear, is to be humiliated and to be in pain. He's suffering. This is his karma. Okay. So I think what my guides are trying to say, most of all, is that when a person is not in their true authority, as in their spiritual authority, when they don't know their real place in the universe, they go on a path that ties them to something else. And then, here we are with the spiritual energy that could have been used in a way that gives back and connects us with the place where we're all one. And instead, it creates an abusive cross-wiring within the soul, and the spirit can't come through, and you wind up with somebody like him. You wind up with somebody who's just for the money, because they think that money is the almighty power, and they don't really understand that it's all just energy. And if your energy is aligned with love and light and the truth, I mean, it's all the same thing, right? Then we're clear, but not him, because he's got the snake hanging over him. Everything's complicated. Dangerous enemies are hanging over him. He's toxic. We've got toxins over here. He's most likely being poisoned. Melania's card did not come through, but the heart card there and the mice is like toxic poisons. Let's see what was at the bottom. Yeah, something important as to loyalties. Yeah, and again, loyalties blocked, and because they're seeing his Alzheimer's. People who were loyal to him before are not. So if I would have done another layer out, those are the other cards that would have. Well, no, actually. Oh, hold on. Epstein files, him talking, whether or not these will fit. Well, I can raise the camera up, or the lens. Yeah. Okay. Can we have this, please, this week? Now, again, Epstein files, it's all about the money, the flow, the children that were, taken, and the way he's doing all of that, continuing to do all of that with immigrants because he's racist, toxic racist. And he's not going to be able to find his brains enough to speak clearly. He's going to have a really hard week speaking up for himself. And he's going to trap himself in his own darkness. He's trapped. He's trapped. And I don't know if maybe like this could be the week, because, Melania's been poisoning him little bits here and there. And this is an assassin. Is it Melania or is it somebody else? Because this is coming, right? For entertainment only. He'll be, out. Well, when he goes, he'll be out in public. The powerful matriarch, the powerful marriage. Oh, God. And there she is. She'll block him. If I did a whole grand tableau, yeah. Okay, but the way they lined up. The miracle is, if we have a miracle this next week, it will be watching him humiliate himself even further, because of his dementia. So, okay, well, that's all I have. And I won't be live this next Thursday. Gloria and I are both taking Christmas off. But we'll be back the Thursday after. I think she'll be with me the next Thursday. I have to ask her. But most of all, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful holiday. Okay, bye.